About 2 years ago, when I came up with the idea of Meet Our Neighbors, I thought, we don't know anyone, we don't talk to anyone, we should listen to everyone's stories. So I started a YouTube show with my cell phone. I didn't know at the time that Wayland had its very own cable access channel. Well, hey guys, it's Ashley, and on this episode of Meet Our Neighbors, we're turning the camera on the station. So let's not just meet one person. Let's find out how it all works.
You could walk in and just say hi to me.
You really want to be on camera.
I'm always on camera.
Testing 1, 2. Hello.
We are family. Boom, 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 boom.
And go. So you're smiling like you've been on camera before.
Just a tad.
Just a tad. Who are you?
I'm Jim Mulane. I'm the Executive Director here at Waycam. I've been here many, many years. And I'm very glad that you're doing this show. I think it's excellent that you're doing this show. And I love your style. I told you this before, I love your style.
Well, you're just kind of cozying up so I don't hit you with hard questions. So why?
That's what you do in the business.
Yeah, well. So why don't people know about Waycam, do you think?
Well, that is a tough question. I think since the internet, and kind of like what you just said, that you were doing your show on your phone, YouTube. Prior to that period of time, people used to come to Waycam. We had about 4 or 5, actually we had like 8 talking shows that similar to yours that they would come and utilize. When the internet actually happened, it exploded everybody with TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. And people don't realize they have a television studio here that they could actually utilize the equipment that you're talking about millions of dollars of equipment here. And then you could take this video that you create and put it on your Instagram and YouTube and whatever on your social page. And people don't realize that. I think the youth does because we've been teaching them since 2001, so they get it. And I think some of the people that actually watch the government meetings also realize it. But public suffering a little, it was much bigger before the internet.
What happens here?
Oh, good question too. Let's see, Waycam started back in 1985.
Okay.
We were in a cinder block building, similar to this, but nothing like this. It was the detention hall for the high school, which we were literally attached to the high school. And it was one giant room, and then another giant room. That's it, 2 rooms. And that was the public access station at that time. When I actually got here back in '96, I was a producer for Pegasus, and I started with that. And they had other directors here, of course. And 2 years later, I took the job. When I took the job, we didn't have one student actually here. No one was involved with the studio. It was like literally dead.
So it was at the school, but no one from the school was at the station?
Correct.
Okay.
Which is weird because, I mean, I know it was a detention hall, but still, it was a television studio back in that time period. What ended up happening was we were working with the different volunteers and such doing shows, but the school wanted me to do more because I was working with them with Pegasus. So they broached me back in 2000 and asked me if I would teach a class. Then we got the kids involved. And then once they started getting grades and such and credit, oh my God, I think you had several shows with some of those students, if I remember correctly. Spanned out, they're all in the business now, and they really put a lot into Waycam and what they learned here. And it's been, ever since then, it's been great. The kids are getting involved, they're doing things. And as I mentioned, the internet, I started losing people like yourself, actually, which is sad. And we want to bring them back. A lot of people don't know that we have a lot of studios around town, like the public library. We have a multi-room studio. We have 3 different cameras in 3 different locations that can be shot all at one time.
So what is the reason for having multiple studios throughout the town?
It's funny you asked that because I had to explain to my board what we were doing when I broached it. It was very difficult to get volunteers to come back to the studio because they didn't want to come lug equipment and set up town meeting and do this. I'll lug equipment and set up a board meeting and do this. I'll go to the library to shoot a lecture. So after talking to my board, we decided to invest in the town with equipment. So we actually built small little studios pretty much in almost every public building there is. There's I think 4 or 5 at the town building. We have one at the public library. We have one at the planning board. We have one at the police station, fire station, and the training room. We have 3. We have one in the theater at the high school. We have one in the lecture hall at high school. And we have the big giant turf field one, as well as one in their commons area. So this way, let's say I talked to you and you wanted to do a shoot, you don't have to come to the studio anymore. We bring you to the location where the shoot is, we train you on the equipment, and you go, and it's a one-person operation. You press buttons and you have it on blast, versus coming, dragging all the equipment, then bringing all the equipment back and making sure everything's there. It's a lot of work back then. We were like one of the first studios that did that. And our numbers in productions increased like 100-fold. And then we, of course, the internet started, messed up certain things, and we were actually called out once by the RT stating that we were the only town in New England that was getting the information out to the public at that time. And we're still doing that. So I'm proud of doing all that stuff.
Getting information to the public must have been very helpful during COVID.
Yes, it was extremely helpful. Our town was really one of the first ones to get everything out there. And it was a help with the IT and the town and our town manager at the time, and of course us. At the time we were essential workers, ironically, who knew?
Well, to have all of these studios set up, this must be a multi-million-dollar
investment.
Well, not only investment, but operation here.
Our equipment's spread out throughout the town, of course, as I mentioned, but for instance, the studio here, if I was a kid or I was somebody that wanted to do a show like yourself, I would definitely take the opportunity to learn. It really costs nothing. You become a member. It's $25 to be a member, and you get to utilize all this equipment. It's pretty amazing. And like I said, you can take, if you're a public, for instance, your show is public, you can take your programs and put them anywhere you want. A lot of studios don't allow you to do that. Our board said, let's give our producers the full rights of using their program wherever they want. So for instance, if you went to 5407, brought this program there, and they bought it, we would have no rights over that. We would give that to you. We're giving you the title for it. No other studio in New England does that.
If the equipment cost a lot of money, if it cost a good amount of money to keep this running, is there a money tree in the backyard? How do you get paid?
That money tree has been picked and it's been falling. It's been a bad winter. It's a good way of saying it. We actually had 4 staffers at one time, and we had a very good budget. That was back in 2015-ish, 2014. And we had to lay off somebody during COVID, of course, because of there was no government during that time period. And it was a good thing that we did, because WACAM receives its funding from the parent companies, which is Comcast and Verizon. And you're wondering, well, does the town give you money? No. What happens is the Comcast and Verizon does a license with the town of Wayland. And that's usually anywhere from 10 years or 5 years, like Verizon. We are the receiver of the funds, but it goes through the town. So the check goes to the town, then they send it to us. And it's only for PEG fees, which is, I keep saying PEG, that's Public Education and Government. And it's only for broadcasting on cable. So I'll give you a little history lesson here. Back in the 70s, when cable wanted to come into all these towns, think about it. I want to rip up your streets, put cable in, and we're going to make money on you. The towns were like, what are you talking about? The government got involved as well as the towns. They didn't want that. So the cable companies at the time said, well, listen, if we do this, this is what we're going to give you. So they decided to create a law that they gave the studio to the town of each town. And you can do your own shows, you can do your government, you can do your public and your education. That's how we all started. And they paid for it.
Okay.
Literally paid for it. But back in the 90s and 2000s, because cable was so essential, they turned around and fought with the government to try to get they didn't want the responsibility of the cable studios anymore. They didn't want to have the staffing and the insurance and all that. So then they turned around, they did a new agreement. And the new agreement basically stated, you still have your studio, but we're going to give you a peg fee now from subscribers. So the cable companies were really fat and rich back then, and each person would pay a percentage. At the time, then it was 3%, now I think it's 5%. So if you have a $100 bill, for instance, you're paying $5 a month to go to your local Access studio. And that's where we get our funding.
So wait, we get funding by subscribers.
Correct.
Who are these subscribers?
Cable subscribers.
Okay.
Whoever gets cable, not internet. That's
So if
really
I'm
important.
buying Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, that does nothing for you.
That does absolutely nothing for us.
Okay.
It's actually, when we started streaming to the public back in 2015, because we had all that money, we were kind of biting the hand that feeds us. Because now people could say, well, I don't have to have cable to watch the local channel.
Right.
They're streaming it. And, you know, at the time my board was like, well, let's still give it away free because we have the money. But my best thought plan was, well, we're not going to have the money forever because people are going to say, why are we paying for this if we're getting it for free? And that's what kind of happened now. We lost over half our subscribers.
Oh, wow.
Since then, half. That's thousands. So our budget has shrunk. You know, and we spent a lot of money. I brought a couple of props just to show people through the years. Do you mind if I show them?
Please do.
So the studio had to be, people think, well, you bought the equipment at one time, you're all set. No, we have to be state of the art or people don't utilize us. So this was our first system. It was 3/4 inch. I love to show the kids this. It's this giant tape. It only taped for 20 minutes, ironically. Then we changed all our equipment over to VHS and Super VHS, which some people might remember what that was. It's not too far ago. Super VHS was a higher quality of VHS. And you would actually have to take these big rigs out, especially with the 3/4 inch, and be plugged into a box, and that's how you record it. From that point, we changed again. We went over to digital. And we went to 2 different digital formats, a DV cam, and we did a mini DVD. And then there was High 8 that was in there for a little while. Not very long. High 8 did not actually last long. So once that went away, we went to recording directly onto a CF card. And believe it or not, this is gone now. Now it's an SD card. We have a new equipment, 4K equipment. So it's pretty amazing the challenges of a budget and trying to keep up with state-of-the-art equipment. And that costs money.
So if we were still filming with this guy that's 20 minutes,
Oh, yeah.
would the quality be affected?
Yes, the quality has gone much better. It's HD, it's actually now 4K quality. The cameras that we have now, 4K, we have 4 different 4K cameras. Now down the road, is that necessary in, let's say, the town building? Mm-hmm. No, it's not. Even though we're 4K, you can see that online. You can't see it over the cable channels. So if you're watching Wacam streaming, you usually get an HD hookup and you see it the best quality you can. If you watch it on TV, we're still analog, ironically. I know, it's ridiculous, but that's what the cable companies. We will get an HD channel, we'll go to the public channel because of all the sports and such, or excuse me, the education, which is the same actually. Both companies are supposed to be giving it to us, so we will be changing from analog to that. And our next negotiations, maybe it will be everything will be HD, we'll see.
So to be able to keep up with the times, you have to spend money,
Right.
and that won't be the last time.
No.
To be able to provide for the town in general, you have to have money,
Right.
and you're losing subscribers. Is there a plan to make up that difference in some way?
All right, good question. She really did. I did not. I thought I was sucking up to you, so you wouldn't ask me the tough questions. They did. You still ask me the tough questions. So, long story short, for the last 5 years, we had 2 plans. One, as I mentioned, when the internet streaming was happening and we were giving it free, we broached the town, because the town now uses a lot of our meetings for their minutes and so on. So everyone watches cable through streaming.
Real quick,
Yes.
do other town governments use their cable access channels the way that we do? Do they have the same relationship to utilize the equipment, the production, the ability to stream meetings and different events in the same way that the Wayland town government uses Waycam?
Good question. No, yes and no. Most towns are doing a hybrid system, so they're using some of the equipment and the streaming.
Okay.
And then they do the Zooms like our town does. Most towns will do one meeting a night for access purposes, and our town does multiple meetings a night for access purposes. We will receive the stream from the town as a guest, like every other town, and then we record it and we broadcast it at the same time. So we stream it out and we broadcast it on the channel. If they're doing multiple meetings, we'll have to get the hybrid Zoom meeting after, and then we broadcast it at its broadcasted slate for that week. So, no, not all. Like for instance, Weston, they join as a guest, and they don't broadcast it or stream it. They record it, and then they broadcast it later. We stream it live as well as broadcast it.
Okay.
If that answers that question.
It does.
Okay.
It does.
Jumping back to the other one. So we asked the town if the schools could pay $15K and if the town could pay $15K for 5 years. So we'd get $30K each year. And that would be a streaming bill so that the town, everybody in town that worked for government could get onto our channel for free and stream it and get the minutes or whatever they needed. And everyone from the school would be able to do the same thing. So we were going to go to a membership program. And that was going to be the town's membership. And what they got with the membership would be free streaming of every employee that worked for the town. After they digested that, they said they would do it. And we got paid 1 year. And then the following year, that 5 years went out the door. They didn't have the money. So we're in the process now of launching a membership program, and they'll have to pay like everybody else if they want to stream, unless we work out a deal with them. We do give them a live feed at the town building. So we're licensed to give them a cable live feed, and that's the way it was. Remember, we're dealing with contracts that only for cable broadcasting. So they have a television at the town hall in every location, and they can watch the cable channel there. That's how it was always set up prior to the internet. So that's a lot of information, but basically we're running out of funds, so we have to start charging for a membership. And then with that membership, you'll get streaming in your choice. And that's going to be launched this fall.
Do you know how much those subscriptions are going to be?
Well, there's a 3-tier.
Okay.
One is approximately $120. That gets you one channel. And the other one's higher, approximately $165, $75, and you get all 3 channels. With that also, you belong to the studio, and you can do whatever you want in the studio. We also are trying business memberships, and those are a little more expensive. The nonprofit business membership is $850, I believe, and businesses, I think, is $1250 right now. And what they get is they get a free commercial.
Oh.
So we do a full production of a commercial for them that they put it on their website. And mind you, we get like 55,000 hits on our website per year. So it's right there, spotlighted. And they, like for instance, the medical, I'm blanking on the person, but we just introduced a new doctor at a medical field out in the town hall. We just did one for them. And it's on their website, and we're broadcasting on demand. So a business gets a free commercial, 1 day's work, and we put it all together, and they go over it, and they test it, and so on, and they bring it up. That's pretty good. That's about $4,000 of work.
That's what I was about to ask you.
Yeah.
If I wanted to do a commercial for my real estate business, it would cost me $4,000?
Yes, it would.
As opposed to, what was that again?
Becoming a member.
Okay.
A business member.
And 850 or 1,200, those were the two numbers?
$850 for a nonprofit, and
Okay.
I believe it's $1,250.
Okay.
You can check this out on waycam.tv. I'm sure you'll get the stats on it. You'll see what the memberships are. But yes, it's a great way. Our staff will go down and shoot. You tell us what you want. You write a little script and we'll do it at your office. And you introduce yourself. We put it on Waycam on demand so they can see if businesses supporting Waycam. You also have a spotlight on it where you will give us a link to your business and it scrolls through and someone clicks on it, it goes directly to your website in addition to the commercial.
And I could take that commercial and I could put it on my website, I could put it on all of the socials.
You can. Yeah.
That seems like a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. Other studios, New TV charges $5,000 just to be a supporter for the month. This is a year
Wow.
membership
Okay.
for next to nothing. We got to try. We're thinking out of the box.
Well,
Unless there's Rich Jonas out there, come on and donate. We're a nonprofit 501c.
if no one donates, what does the town lose?
Oh, it's funny. The town loses a staple. Number one, you have to realize, especially in today's day and age, newspapers are disappearing. We are one of the true fly in the wall that tells you what it is. We don't edit a government meeting. It starts when it starts, it ends when it ends. You see the truth from a video. That would disappear. And there's not a lot of places to get news now. Thank God the newspaper's doing well right now. But that's the last one, and that took a little while to get up and going. But other towns don't have it. Access TV is, it's public television. And under this particular realm that we're going through, I won't say administration or anything, but I just said it, we're under attack. The truth. And when you watch a meeting, when they call it to order and they call it to close, that's what you see. So there's no ands, ifs, buts, edits, cuts, or anything like that. It is what it is.
I have an 8-year-old that eventually will be in high school, of course. Let's just say that my child decides to play sports. My mother is in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
She could watch.
Yes.
And that is something that would go away.
Yes. That's
So the ability for our community to share our community with others wouldn't be there.
Correct. Like graduation. We just did graduation. We also did the 8th grade graduation today. It would be a shame. That's all I have to say. We've worked really well in this town for all these years. It's actually a 40th anniversary this year. So we're going to have this huge opening in September. We'd love the people to come down to take a look at your studio. This is your studio. It's in your town. And see everything that we've done. There's some awards on this particular table. These are international awards done by your kids, actually. We have 24 international awards. Ironically, out of those awards that we've received, we're the only high school. These awards were up against colleges, and we won them. That's
wow.
pretty impressive. So the kids work quality, not quantity. It's always been about quality.
So the kids that are in a class that you teach are able to win awards like this and then go to college and be in this field and be successful.
It's funny, some colleges, when they say they're coming from Wayland, they actually cut the criteria that they have to do the first year. That's the reputation we have now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just help town government, it doesn't just help share the community with those outside of, it literally helps our children grow, learn, and have a successful career.
Correct. And in 99% of the jobs today, you have to have some type of production, video production in your business now. And we're not talking about a phone. You need to know how to do things. I know AI is there, it's helping too, but you will understand AI better with video production if you understand video production, media. It's all around us. You can't get away from it. You really can't.
What do you wish the town knew about the studio that we haven't talked about?
It's a good question. I would really, I would love them, and we did talk about it, but I'd love the community to actually come here and see it and look around and understand the value that we are to them, to local government, and to the educational aspects. And a great way of coming is coming to the open house in September. We're actually having, just to throw the date out, it's September 10th. We're going to do it with the school in a way. It's back to school night. So what we're trying to do is we're doing it from 5:30 to approximately 7:15. And back to school night is 7 o'clock. So you're going to come here anyways. You might as well come and take a look at the studio. This is what the community that we serve. And we'd love you to walk around, take a look at it a little before you go to the classes. And a lot of your kids take this class as well. And it'd be really, we would love you to come. And we're going to have this gorgeous mural. We'll have some prizes and everything else to go. We're going to have some donations. But if you want this studio to succeed into the future, you want your kids to get it and so on, then you have to understand that we do have to find a way of getting money to survive, since the town's not right now giving us anything.
Why do you care so much?
Ah, geez. You know, I'm very passionate about what I do, whatever I did. When I worked at Star Market in the fruit department, I was passionate about that. And when I came here, it opened another door. I'm passionate about the youth of America, honestly, because they're going to be taking care of us. And I'm really into that aspect. And I can't explain to you what it feels like when a kid will come in here to take a class and they think it's just, you know, it's a pass-fail class. Oh, this is nothing. And it sparks something. And, you know, I mean, we have kids, you know, all over the world now that are doing stuff. I have a kid that's running an entertainment program on a cruise line ship. He does all that. I have another student that works for Netflix and Prime and FX. I have another kid that's done every pre-post audio in the world for any sporting event. He's seen every star there has been. It's crazy. I got a kid that's working with NSCP. You probably talked to all these kids. I have a kid that's won a Southwest screenplay. He did a musical that was amazing. He's also a Tommy Hilfiger model. He's a producer and a director. He's amazing. He's on my board of directors now. And that's the one thing I do want you to know. This is really interesting. That WACAM is created by the community, which is created also by our board of directors. So our board of directors are made up of, I think almost half the board of directors are made up of former students throughout the years. So they got something out of this place that they want to now give back by being a board member. That's pretty impressive.
It is.
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, this TV station is helping create a legacy, not just for you, but for families, for their kids, and because it's entertainment, the vast people that watch those shows, if you can put a thread through it all starts here.
Yeah, it's pretty, yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. You can go on our website, wacam.tv, and you can go into testimonials of students, past students from, I think, 96 all the way up to today. And when we were going through some financial problems in negotiations right before COVID, I sent a blast email out, and all these kids throughout the 20, 30 years here sent us either videos from their phone or emails or letters saying how much WACAM meant to them. That would be something for the community to take a look at under testimonials. It's pretty impressive. So we did something right.
Now we just need the community to understand the importance.
Yeah, that's true. And that's why we are doing this show. I appreciate you doing this show, actually.
Well, I'm thrilled to have the opportunity. The whole point for me was, after COVID, we didn't talk to one another.
Oh, I know.
And we moved into town, and who are our neighbors, who are the businesses, everyone has a story. I'm like, why don't we just listen?
No, it's true. During COVID was probably the most challenging for everybody. We actually had people come to the studio. We would stand on the other side of the glass door and train them how to use a camera through a phone on the other side of the door. And then take them, put it out there, come back, and so on. So we found a way. And like I said, with the government, we did it with the government. And I remember doing graduation with the school. We had, I think, 4 different graduations with small groups. It's crazy. A lot of people didn't work during that time period, but my goodness, there was a lot of creativity here to get things out. It was kind of crazy. So it's, like I said, it's a staple in town, and we need your help now.
Well, I think that's the most perfect way to end it.
Thank you.
Thank you. In a lot of ways, it feels like that this TV station is the little station that could. No matter the funding that is there or not, Jim in particular has a passion to keep the kids educated, to make sure that they are put in a position to be as successful as possible when they go to college. The connections that we have in this town through the government, through the community, and throughout the world are vast. All because we have some cameras set up here, studios throughout the town, and employees that really want to continue doing their jobs. It's almost like everyone that lives in this town should come to the open house and see what really happens here. It's not just to show a volleyball game, a football game, or a town meeting, but you know what? That's also really important too. For those that can't attend, or those who are curious, they wouldn't have that ability otherwise. So why not come to the open house and see what happens? Or don't wait until September. We're all in summer break at this point, so just come to the high school, see what happens here. And who do you think that we should meet next?